Ronald Klein is leaving in the midst of the classified documents crisis, and Jeff Zients is appointed as President Joe Biden's new chief of staff. Ronald Klein's upcoming departure results in the promotion of Jeffrey Zients to chief of staff for President Joe Biden. Next month, the former White House COVID-19 response coordinator will start his new position as the vice president's right-hand man. The news coincides with Klein's announcement that he will step down in the coming weeks as the president faces increasing pressure over allegations that he improperly removed and stored sensitive White House records in his home and think tank offices. It appears the longtime advisor will leave the White House following the president's State of the Union address on February 7, since Klein notified Biden of his intentions. Prior to the midterm elections, the chief of staff announced publicly that he intended to depart the government because the job can be demanding. Authorities told CNN due to his decades-long professional friendship with Biden, Klein has played a significant role in the White House. Some have said that he was persuaded to stay longer than he had originally intended. After directing the administration's reaction to the pandemic and in charge of the vaccination program, Zients, who spent the majority of his career in the private sector, left the White House in April. He rejoined Biden's team in the fall to assist Klein in getting ready for a staff transition following the midterms. People with knowledge of the situation told the Washington Post that Klein has been giving Zients several projects in recent weeks, which some have seen as training for him to assume the senior position. Klein invited White House officials to cake on Friday to commemorate the second anniversary of Biden's inauguration as president, but she made no mention of the administration's ongoing document issue or of Biden's impending departure. At the halfway point of the president and vice president's terms, Klein stated in an email to staff members, "We celebrate not only what was accomplished, but how it was accomplished, through cooperation, collaboration, mutual respect, and a lot of hard work." As members of the most brilliant and diverse White House staff ever, this team performed so many historic things, and they did them in historic fashion. After keeping quiet for 2 months about the discovery of secret documents at a Washington, D.C. think tank, Biden and his administration are now attacking and attempting to deflect criticism by asserting they followed all the rules. Just days before the November midterm elections, a Biden attorney notified the National Archives of the documents discovered in the Penn Biden Center. However, CBS News only broke the story last week, and on January 12 it was announced that even additional records had been discovered in Biden's garage at his Delaware residence. Since then, the White House has come under fire for their lack of transparency, and a special counsel is currently looking into how Biden handled files. The president and White House have shown a glaring lack of concern for the matter. Most recently, Biden yelled at reporters for trying to follow up on information related to the controversy. When a reporter questioned Biden about the sensitive files scandal on Thursday night during a climate change discussion, he responded that the media's questioning bugs him since we have serious problems here we're talking about. The American public, he continued, doesn't completely understand why you don't ask me questions about that. Despite his emotional response, he claimed he would speak up, opened the binder's first page, and began to read. Look. As soon as we discovered a few documents that were misfiled, we promptly turned them over to the Justice Department and the archives. We are willing to cooperate fully and anticipate a speedy resolution. You're going to discover that there is nothing there, I believe. I have no regrets about doing as the lawyers have instructed me to do. That is exactly what we are doing, the client stated. There isn't anything there. It is still unknown if Klein may postpone leaving to assist his old friend. The two originally collaborated in the early 1990s, when Klein was the Senate Judiciary Committee's general counsel and Biden served as the committee's chairman. As Al Gore's second-term chief of staff, Klein previously worked for the Clinton administration. Additionally, he was a member of the general counsel team in charge of the Florida recount between George W. Bush and Al Gore for president. After departing in 2011 and coming back 3 years later to assist Biden with the Ebola response effort, Klein served as Biden's chief of staff in Washington under the Obama administration.